Your knees hurt when you squat, and if you're over 35, you probably start to blame your age. But here's the truth, age isn't the reason your knees hurt. What's causing that pain isn't your birthday, it's how your body is handling depth, load, and control in your squat. First thing to think about is that you might feel comfortable in that mid-range position, but as soon as you hit some depth, you start feeling a bit sketchy or painful. So that shallow squat might feel fine, but once you get to a certain point, that knee pain kicks in. That's not your age, that's your body not trusting that end range position. The second thing to consider is that you might feel fine in a squat when it's light or body weight, but as soon as you start to add some load, then the pain starts to kick in. So that's not an issue of you being having tight quads or bad form. This is a capacity issue. The third thing to consider is that you might have a great mobility routine, or you might be doing foam rolling or whatever, and it helps you through your squats, but you're always pulling up sore in your knees afterwards. So this is indicative that that sort of stuff helps in the moment, but unless you're really building real strength through that full range of motion and learning how to control that range of motion, all of those things that you're doing are just treating symptoms in the short term. We're not making long-term changes to the muscle and tendons, which is what is needed if you're going to pull up without pain. The good news is you don't need to give up squats, you just need to stop chasing access into them and do something where we're building strength in those areas and ranges where you feel weak and vulnerable. Mobility, it should make us feel confident and safe, not just make us feel like we're going to get through a session or we can recover better or just chasing symptoms and tightness. It should be a strategy to address those movement blind spots where we're weak and vulnerable, and we can feel confident moving through things and create some lasting change rather than just those temporary strategies. So that means not just stretching, it means stretching and loading that tissue, muscle, tendons. It means not just doing mobility where we're ticking a box and we're doing things that look fancy and nice. It means using those as strategies to control 3 planes of motion. It means not just having strategies where we're lightly loading, it means loading heavy and creating permanent change in our tissue, and also addressing the fact that our tissue responds differently to different loads and speeds. So the first thing that we would look at, particularly in our Stretch Yourself Strong system where we want to progress through phases of training, we want to get the muscle into an extended range and load the tendons. So to be fair, we do see changes in tendon structure as we get older, but we can certainly mitigate that and bring some positive changes to our tendons through this type of training. Once we have extended our range, we feel strong through those extended ranges, we want to give it some control. So this is often where we're thinking about mobility work, but we're using it wrong. We want to use that movement at dynamic action to allow our brain to control these extended ranges of motion and to learn how to use these strengths at that end range. But thirdly, we want to look to then make some permanent change in the muscle. So we want to load heavy, we want to load fast, and we want to do some eccentric work where we're actually making some architectural change to the muscle and the tendon. This means that we're not always chasing our tail and dressing it every day. It means that we have now made lasting change, and therefore we've built our capacity. And building our capacity is what's going to allow us to recover better. We do these things, we can not only avoid that knee pain and stop blaming our age, but we can certainly pave the way to improving our squat well into our 50s and beyond. If this resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.